Two mates, same street in Wollongong. Both turned 67 this year. Both single, both own their homes. Both walked out of their jobs on the same Friday. Tony has $300,000 in super. Greg has $500,000. Greg worked harder, salary sacrificed, skipped holidays, did overtime for years to build that extra $200,000. And at the end of year one of retirement, Greg checks his bank account and realises Tony is taking home more money than him. Not slightly more, noticeably more. About $3,000 to $5,000 more per year. Greg saved $200,000 more than his mate, and he's being punished for it. This isn't a glitch. This is how the system was designed. And if you have between $350,000 and $600,000 in super right now, this video is about your money. Let me show you the maths. And I promise it's simple because the system isn't complicated. It's just cruel. Tony, $300,000 in assessable assets. Single homeowner, age 67. The full age pension lower threshold for a single homeowner from March 2026 is $314,000. Tony is under that. He gets the full age pension, $31,223 per year, including all supplements. He also gets the pensioner concession card, prescriptions at $7.70, energy rebates, council rate discounts, bulk billing incentives. His super drawdown at 5% on $300,000, $15,000 per year, tax-free. Tony's total retirement income, $46,223 per year. That's $889 per week. Now, Greg, $500,000 in assessable assets. Greg is $186,000 above the full pension threshold of $314,000. The taper rate kicks in, $3 per fortnight for every $1,000 above the threshold. That's $78 per year per thousand. $186,000 divided by 1,000 equals 186. Times $78 equals $14,508 per year lost in pension. Full pension of $31,223 minus $14,508 equals $16,715 per year in part pension. Greg's super drawdown at 5% on $500,000, $25,000 per year tax-free. Greg's total retirement income, $41,715 per year. That's $802 per week. Tony, $889 per week. Greg, $802 per week. $87 per week less, with $200,000 more in savings. Now it gets worse, because it's not just the cash. Tony has the full pensioner concession card. Every prescription costs $7.70 instead of $31.60. If Tony fills 3 scripts a month, he saves $860 per year on medication alone. Greg's part pension still qualifies him for the card, but the total savings gap widens when you include the energy supplement, state-level concessions and bulk billing incentives that operate at different rates depending on your pension level. A woman I know, Ruth from Geelong, did the full comparison for her own situation. She had $480,000 in super. Her sister Jean had $290,000. Ruth spent a Sunday afternoon going through every concession, every supplement, every state discount. The total annual gap between them, including pension, super drawdown and all concession card benefits, was $6,200 per year. Ruth had $190,000 more in savings and was receiving $6,200 less per year in total value. She called me that night and said, "Bruce, I feel like I've been robbed." She hasn't been robbed, she's been tapered, but it feels the same.
So why does this happen? The government designed the taper rate at $3 per fortnight per $1,000. That's an effective penalty of 7.8% per year on every dollar of assets above the threshold. Think about that. Your super fund is doing well if it returns 7% after fees, but the taper rate is taking 7.8% off the top of your pension for every marginal dollar above $314,000. Your savings are literally earning less than the government is taking away from your pension.
At $300,000, you're under the threshold. The taper doesn't touch you. Your full pension is secure, your concession card is active, life is modest but stable. At $500,000, you're deep in the taper zone. Every dollar above $314,000 is costing you 7.8 cents per year in pension reduction. Your extra $200,000 isn't making you richer, it's just moving money from the government's pocket into your pocket at a loss. At $300,000, your annual income per dollar of assets is $154 per thousand. At $500,000, it's $83 per thousand. You've got more money working less hard.
Now, I want to be honest about something, because some people hear this and think, well, should I just spend my super down to $300,000 and get the full pension? No, and here's why. The pension is $31,223 per year. That's $600 a week. You can survive on it with a paid-off home, but one dental emergency, one car breakdown, one hot water system failure, and you're in trouble. You have no buffer.
At $500,000, Greg has a $200,000 buffer that Tony doesn't. Greg can absorb a $10,000 surprise without it destroying his retirement. Tony can't. The short-term income is lower, but the long-term safety is higher. The taper trap doesn't mean $500,000 is bad. It means $500,000 is inefficient. The system is punishing that money in the short term, but over a 25-year retirement, having that buffer could be the difference between staying in your home and having to sell it.
So where does the reversal stop? At what point does more money actually start meaning more income again? The answer is roughly $720,000 for a single homeowner. At $722,000, the pension cuts to zero. You're fully self-funded. No more taper, no more clawback. Every extra dollar is genuinely yours. At a 5% drawdown on $722,000, you're drawing $36,100 per year. No pension, but no taper eating your returns either. At $800,000, you're drawing $40,000. At $1 million, $50,000. The line goes straight up from here. More money, more income. No tricks. But in that zone between $314,000 and $722,000, that's the dead zone, the taper trap, where saving more doesn't mean earning more, where Greg gets punished for being responsible. 3 things you can do if you're in this zone. 1. Know your exact position. Log into MyGov, check your super balance. If you're between $314,000 and $722,000, you are in the taper zone. Not maybe, definitely. 2. Talk to a financial advisor who specialises in Centrelink, not a generalist. Someone who can model your specific drawdown and show you whether restructuring your assessable assets through home improvements, funeral bonds or other exempt asset conversions moves you to a better position. 3. Don't panic and spend your super down to $300,000. The taper hurts your income, but the buffer protects your future. The smart play is to restructure, not to deplete. Tony and Greg are still mates. Still have a beer at the Wollongong RSL every Friday. Tony pays with his pension money. Greg pays knowing he saved $200,000 more and gets $87 per week less for the privilege. But Greg's super will last longer. Greg can handle a financial shock. And in 10 years, when Tony's super is gone and he's living on $600 per week of pure pension, Greg will still have a cushion. The system punishes the middle right now, but over a lifetime, having more is still better than having less. You just need to understand why the numbers look wrong and structure around it.
That's the honest truth. The system isn't fair, but it's knowable. And once you know it, you can beat it. Where does your super sit? Are you in the taper zone? Drop your number in the comments. I'll tell you exactly where you stand. I'm the Retired Aussie. I'll see you in the next one.